Hey guys, welcome to another video from me, from my own theories how things working out. So this is my own writing notes to explain you things in my own writings, and later I was explaining you how we project our energy, our ideas, our thought from our mind, which is the universe, through a pencil and through our hand, that we project through paintings, through handwriting, writing, loops, spirals, helix forms on a surface of a piece of paper, that through the writings and paintings and those spinning around in its own axis like the earth, it's spinning around in its own axis like this, right? And that's what we do when we write, and all these loops and all the letters, and you just watch my previous videos because I don't want to go always back to it and refresh everything. You just follow the videos one by one, you see how deeper I go. So then I came to the next part. It was the rubber, the eraser, and I figured amazing, astonishing things about the eraser, which you see also in previous video. And this time, on this video, I want to focus on the pencil, the material on a pencil. So we know that the rubber, the eraser, its function is to erase all errors, all misleading or memories or remembrance or ideas on a piece of paper what you have just written down. It does the same, and they usually use breadcrumbs, the inner breadcrumbs, the inner side of the bread, to erase that things back in history. And I had this clue that maybe that's the reason, because we eat everyday bread, that is the reason, and maybe it affects our body, mind, soul in a way that we lose memories. We maybe that's one of the reasons we have Alzheimer's. Maybe is because we don't have dreams no more, because mostly we just recognize as a black background when we sleep, if we don't have dreams. And yeah, so now I'm coming to the pencil. What is this made out of? The pencil. So let me just read, and it's also proven, and you can look it up on the internet. It's not a hocus pocus or same edited version, whatever. This is all proven in physics. You can look it up. So the pencil in a material. So I'm talking about this black thing that's in the wooden, in the pencil, in it. The graphite, it's called the graphite. It's made out of graphite, and graphite is a stone. It's a stone. It's a crystal stone, a graphite. And the characteristics of the graphite is it's strongly anisotropic and conducts electricity. I was right, huh? And the structure of a graphite, the stone, which is obvious then also in the pencil in the inner side, has a layered planar structure. In each layer, the carbon atoms are arranged in a honeycomb lattice. The fourth electron is free to migrate in the plane, making graphite electrically conductive. Graphite, now here comes another interesting. Graphite occurs in metamorphic rocks as a result of the reduction of sedimentary carbon compounds during metamorphism. It also occurs in igneous rocks and in meteorites. The meteor from the sky, the meteorites. In meteorites, it occurs with trollite and silicate minerals. Small graphite crystal in meteorite iron called cliftonite. Graphite is an electric conductor, consequently useful in such applications. Another interesting thing, lubricant. Lubricant means when heat generated, when the surface moves, heat is generated. And it has also the function of transmitting forces, transporting foreign particles. So when you write on a paper, I told you, all the ideas you have in your head is the universe. The mind is the universe. It's an empty space where you got the knowledge. So when theories, ideas comes in your mind, theories, ideas, concepts, or plan, and you want to express it, how you want to express it? You express it in letters, in numbers, in design. So what you do is this energy is transforming through your arm, through the pencil, and the pencil has all these things that you can transmit electricity, electromagneticity through your pen, and you write it on the paper, and through the rotation of the pencil, it does something because the earth does the same own axis rotation. So then the other thing is you look mostly on the paper when you write, right? And Nikola Tesla and a lot of other people, scientists, physicists, and or even Jesus said that we are light, we are energy. And I think we have to accept that, because in us is a current flow of electricity, electromagnetic electricity. So I think we all, the funny thing is, we always think so real about Superman or Iron Man or Hulk and all that thing. I think that is so much far away, because the things what I'm telling you here is simple miracles too. It doesn't have to be big like Hulk or Superman. Those miracles is in each person, you, me, in everybody. We just have to be aware of it. I think we have lost touch to those back to the origin miracles, what we can do, and maybe train that more, be more aware of it. So that's the pencil. That inside the black graphite in it, in a pen, has this is an electric conductor, and conducts electricity. And the lubricant is generating heat when it moves on the surface, on the paper, and transmitting forces, transporting foreign particles. Another interesting what I found is uses of synthetic graphite, meaning chemical synthetic graphite, has been used in at least 3 radar absorbent materials. Aha, interesting. Radiation absorbent material is a material which has been specially designed and shaped to absorb incident RF radiation. And radiation means project an image, a picture on a certain field and see the result out of it. Right? And also the known as the material for the nose cone and wing ridge on space shuttle orbiters. So the graphite, it can conduct electricity due to the vast electron within the carbon layers, a phenomenon called aromaticity. What is also interesting, I always read at the end city. And we have in our countries a lot of cities. Electricity, aromatic city. It's something very interesting going on. The valence electrons are free to move, so are able to conduct electricity, the graphite. However, the electricity is primarily conducted within the plane of the layers. The conductive properties of powdered graphite allows its use as a pressure sensor. And another interesting thing is, so this is all about what is in the pencil, the black thing that is writing on that paper. It's from graphite. And in the year 1789, a person called, his name was Abraham Gottlob Werner. That means Abraham Gott means God, and Werner. It sounds like a German name. Abraham Gottlob Werner. So Abraham, biblical name, obviously, and then Gottlob. Gottlob is God is German, and God means in English God. And Lob means honor to God. Honor to God. Coined the name graphite, the stone, as the writing stone. That's how he called the graphite, crystal graphite. He gave it a name, the writing stone. And as we also know, is somewhere just popped up in my head. Isn't there somewhere a philosopher's stone? Okay, now we come to the paper, what I hold in my hand. So the paper is a thin material produced by pressing together moist, and there was moist under darkness, and moist was over the darkness, over the earth. There was nothing, it was just moist. By pressing together moist fibers and cellulose, pulp derived from wood, rags, and grasses, and drying them into flexible sheets. Now the interesting part. Autofluorescence is a natural emission of light by biological structures such as mitochondria and lysosomes when they have absorbed light, which is you are the light, the energy, you're sending it through electromagnetic fields on the paper, the paper absorbs the light, and it's used to distinguish the light orientation from artificial added fluorescence makers. The microscopic structure of a paper, I printed out, it looks kind of like this. The autofluorescence, and if you see, it looks like how it looks like a structure of the brain, how the brain looks inside all these ways and structures and those ways. You know, that's how paper looks in the micro deep in it. So it can be really possible that light and energy can catch up in there, right? And so there was the paper here. Micrograph of tissues paper. Illumination is by ultraviolet light causing autofluorescence of fibers. The image was captured through a blue filter to block direct illumination. All right. Let me see what I got here. Okay, now comes a little bit in mystic. What I found also interesting is, as I told you, there is much more going on. When you follow my videos, what I'm trying to emphasize is that there is something mystical going on, which is beautiful. I love it. Something very interesting, positive going on, and I think we have lost touch to it. I don't know what or why, but that I figured out that, as you see in my previous videos, that the earth rotation goes like this, and we do the same thing when we do handwriting, right? The L, the O, the M, the W, and those forms, helix and spiral forms and coil forms, and that produces an electromagnetic field, and we are light. Our body, our soul, mind is light and energy, and through the pencil, through the graphite stone, and through that wood in that is also an interesting thing. The wood in the paints in the pencil, and the graphite, that is the black thing when you write on. When we project it's like a computer sonography. When we project our ideas, our plans, our story, our theories on a paper, that paper works kind of like a plant, the cell, the outer cell with the photosynthesis, autofluorescence light and all that it has a magnetic field on it. And when we project all that on a paper and we give other person to read it or to see it, it absorbs back to that other person. So it's really interesting. And as I told you, we have a left hand and a right hand rule, and the thumb represents the flow of the electricity, and the finger direction of the magnetic field. So when you hold a pen like this, you see the thumb goes down towards the paper. See? So that means the flow of electricity current goes from my mind, the universal mind, on a piece of paper, and the finger shows the direction of the magnetic field, which is this. So we create electricity and magnetic field on a paper that is represented through letters and numbers. Now, and this is all for me, that is a miracle, a really interesting miracle, what's going on. Now let me read you something. And I want you to find, and I want you to see, I want to know if you see something in that. He has made my mouth like a sharp sword. In the shadow of his hand he has concealed me. And he has also made me a select arrow. He has hidden me in his quiver. He stretched out his hands and touched my mouth, and said to me, Behold, I have put my words in your mouth. You will also be crown of beauty in the land, and a royal diadem in the hand. And it shall serve as a sign to you on your hand, and as a reminder on your forehead, that the law may be in your mouth. For with a powerful hand brought you out. Oh, sing a new song, for he has done wonderful things. His right hand and his holy arm have gained the victory for him. It is my grief that the right hand of the Most High has changed. For your arrow have sunk deep into me, and your hand has pressed down on me. His radiance is like a sunlight. He has rays flashing from his hand, and there is the hiding of his power. In whose hand are the depths of the earth? The peaks of the mountains are his also. What is not my hand which made all these things? Well, I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars which you have ordained. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Stay tuned, and as I said, those things what I upload is things what I have discovered. There is something that falls into my hand right away from next to next to next, and I would really love if there is a physicist out there that can make a simulation of what my theory is that works. You know, like for instance a pencil with electricity, and if it flows to the graphite and it produces electromagnetic field on the paper. I would love really to. Okay, thanks guys for watching, and stay tuned.